100 interesting facts around the world. Farts have been clocked at a speed of 10 feet per second. It would take 76 workdays to read every online privacy policy you agree to in an average year. Every human being starts out as an asshole. It's the first part of the body to form in the womb. The average speed of Heinz ketchup squirt is 0.028 mph. If you search for askew in Google, the content will tilt slightly to the right. 95% of people text things they could never say in person. Lobsters have bladders on either side of their heads, so they communicate by urinating at each other. Construction workers in Brazil cemented a car on a pavement after its driver refused to move it. Your ribs move about 5 million times a year, every time you breathe. If you put some Viagra in a vase, it will make flowers stand up straight for a week. The Weddell seal can travel underwater for 7 miles without surfacing for air. 1/4 of the bones in your body are in your feet. Walmart has a lower acceptance rate than Harvard. Star Trek Scotty, actor James Doohan stormed the beach at Normandy. Like fingerprints, everyone's tongue print is different. Fingernails grow nearly 4 times faster than toenails. There is a technical name for the fear of long words. It's called hippopotomonstrosusquipedaliophobia. Abraham Lincoln's dog, Fido, was also assassinated. Most dust particles in your house are made from dead skin. Present population of 7 billion plus people of the world is predicted to become 15 billion by 2080. Barry Manilow didn't write his hit song I Write the Songs. The scientific name for the western lowland gorilla is gorilla gorilla gorilla. Women blink nearly twice as much as men. The man who wrote Dracula never visited Transylvania. Adolf Hitler was a vegetarian and had only one testicle. Typewriter is the longest word that can be made using the keys on only one row of the keyboard. Months that begin on a Sunday will always have a Friday the 13th. Coca-Cola would be green if coloring were not added to it. You are more likely to be infected by flesh-eating bacteria than you are to be struck by lightning. 51% of people think stormy weather affects cloud computing. The leg bones of a bat are so thin that no bat can walk. On average, a hedgehog's heart beats 300 times a minute. You can sneeze faster than a cheetah can run. More people are killed each year from bees and from snakes. The average lead pencil will draw a line 35 miles long or write approximately 50,000 English words. The United States has 5% of the world's population but 25% of the world's prison population. More people are allergic to cow's milk than any other food. Camels have 3 eyelids to protect themselves from blowing sand. The placement of a donkey's eyes in its head enables it to see all 4 feet at all times. The 6 official languages of the UN are English, French, Arabic, Chinese, Russian and Spanish. Earth is the only planet not named after a god. It is against the law to burp or sneeze in a church in Nebraska, USA. At any given time, there are 1,800 thunderstorms in progress over the Earth's atmosphere. A goldfish has a memory span of 3 seconds. Humans are just one of the estimated 8.7 million species on Earth. You are born with 300 bones, but by the time you become an adult, you only have 206. Some worms will eat themselves if they cannot find any food. The world's oldest piece of chewing gum is 9,000 years old. Britain's secret intelligence service once hacked an Al-Qaeda website and replaced the bomb instructions with a cupcake recipe. In 2007, a Bosnian couple divorced after discovering both had an online affair with each other under fake names. The longest recorded flight of a chicken is 13 seconds. Hershey's Kisses are called that because the machine that makes them looks like it's kissing the conveyor belt. Ronaldinho's deal with Coca-Cola ended after he was caught sipping a Pepsi in a news conference. Shakira was rejected from the school choir because the teacher thought she sounded like a goat. It is illegal to hunt camels in the state of Arizona. 7% of religious Americans pray to God about finding a good parking spot. Owls are the only birds that can see the color blue. Dolphins sleep with one eye open. A man named Charles Osborne had the hiccups for 69 years. A giraffe can clean its ears with its 21-inch tongue. The average person laughs 10 times a day. The Bible, the world's best-selling book, is also the world's most shoplifted book. Someone paid $14,000 for the bra worn by Marilyn Monroe in the film Some Like It Hot. A group of owls is called the Parliament. Your tongue is the only muscle in your body that is attached at only one end. It is physically impossible for pigs to look up into the sky. More than 1,000 different languages are spoken on the continent of Africa. Buckingham Palace in England has over 600 rooms. There was once an undersea post office in the Bahamas. 90% of New York City cabbies are recently arrived immigrants. It is possible to lead a cow upstairs, but not downstairs. Toxic houseplants poison more children than household chemicals do. A man wore 60 shirts and 9 pairs of jeans on an 11.5-hour flight from China to Africa. Average lifespan of a Major League Baseball 7 pitches. The fire hydrant patent was lost in a fire. Go is the shortest complete sentence in the English language. The only domestic animal not mentioned in the Bible is the cat. The cigarette lighter was invented before the match. Table tennis balls have been known to travel off the paddle at speeds up to 160 km per hour. Pepsi originally contained pepsin, thus the name. The original story from Tales of 1001 Arabian Nights begins. Aladdin was a little Chinese boy. Nutmeg is extremely poisonous if injected intravenously. Honey is the only natural food that is made without destroying any kind of life. Svangerskabsperibingen is a Danish word for condom. The volume of the Earth's moon is the same as the volume of the Pacific Ocean. The word pencil comes from a Latin word meaning small penis. Cephalocaudal recapitulation is the reason our extremities develop faster than the rest of us. Chinese crested dogs can get acne. Antarctica is the only continent without reptiles or snakes. 35% of American workers said they would forego a pay raise in exchange for having their boss fired. The more features your phone has, the longer you spend in the toilet. Each year there is 1 ton of cement poured for each man, woman and child in the world. The housefly hums in the middle octave key of F. The only capital letter in the Roman alphabet with exactly 1 endpoint is P. The giant red star Betelgeuse has a diameter larger than that of the Earth's orbit around the Sun. Iceland consumes more Coca-Cola per capita than any other nation. Hummingbirds are the only animals that can fly backwards. A cat's jaw cannot move sideways. U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has a real website devoted to zombie preparedness. The human heart creates enough pressure when it pumps out to the body to squirt blood 30 feet. The flea can jump 350 times its body length. It is like a human jumping the length of a football field. Indoors at Minnesota, a 3-year-old boy was elected as mayor. An average of 100 people choke to death on ballpoint pens every year. Some lions mate over 50 times a day. The American Secret Service tried to spike Hitler's food with female hormones to feminize him. Rubber bands last longer when refrigerated. The average person's left hand does 56% of the typing. The longest one-syllable word in the English language is screeched. All of the clocks in the movie Pulp Fiction are stuck on 4:20. In England, the Speaker of the House is not allowed to speak.
World Top 20. Your daily dose of information.
For more informative videos, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.